Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Scorpio. If Scorpio is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. Oh, shoot. You can tell it's the last reading of the night. Oh, look at that. Look at that face. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so we have eyes, we have a nose, and we have kind of a... what would we call that? Maybe like a not pouty, maybe just kind of not too impressed. The brow looks a little furrowed. So, I don't know. I'm not surprised. Let me just say, I'm not surprised this is a Scorpio reading. This kind of seems like the hard face of, just kind of being a little bit, it's not angry. I just kind of like tough, a little tough. So Scorpio, this is a bonus reading for you, and I promise I'll be nice. And we have a good card tonight too. We have the Two of Swords, okay, and this is all about peace, finding a place of a little bit of ease, strength, stability, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing that. I have to throw these in there. I'm supposed to. My husband told me, start saying that in your videos. So if you haven't, please think about doing it. It's free, okay? You don't have to pay for it. We'd love to have you here at the channel. I don't want you to miss any of your readings. This is a reading for Saturday, and Saturdays are our bonus. All of them are bonus readings. Not every sign, but a couple of the signs. 3 signs usually. And Scorpio, we're reading for you this week. There will be another Scorpio reading out. And I forget what day it is, honestly. I don't even know. I think it's maybe Wednesday. I have to get my schedule out. I have to get it printed out. I keep forgetting to put it up. But it is posted in the community post section. There's a post there that has an image and the text as well. So let's take a look at what's going on here. Hello, TT. I can see you're about to jump. TT, oh, you're gonna rub my leg for me, huh? Okay. She says it's bedtime, Mama. We have to go and watch Love After Lockup. That's my one real big reality show I like to watch with my husband. He'll probably be like, "You told them we watched that." Shout out to Dove and Serpentera over there. Paul, my husband. He does like garbagey TV too. You wouldn't guess it. He's so serious sometimes. But he can be quite silly as well. All right. Okay, so we have a lot of waves. We do. We just have it. I just imagine. And I keep seeing faces. My goodness. Look at this one. There's the eyes. And this one looks like it has the mouth and the beard. I have, I imagine some kind of sea captain or something, but we do have the waves. Okay, so there's been a lot of emotionality, and we know this, and we know this, and we know this. There's been some stuff coming up, getting resolved, finding your footing, and I think that's where we're at, really. These last couple of readings have really shown me that hey, you're in your spot. And I feel especially there has been some clear idea of how you want to move forward. What is your next big goal? Okay, I think domestically, you are getting things really squared away. Okay, I think the big thing that is being worked on, that is, you know, kind of back and forth, is really the emotional side. Okay, the spirit side, the spiritual side, that interior work, totally there. You know, I think you're very tuned in. But I think that there are days you wake up, they can be quite blue. Other days, seeing red, right? But, you know, I think that there's been a real breakthrough through this big process that's been happening, that you realize that this is not serving you well. It may even be part of, you know, what brought the circumstances up recently in the last year or so. Or at least, you know, a factor that kind of compounded everything that was going on. Okay. So I do feel like there's been a lot of effort and looking at some of these emotional, you know, when things get kind of big feelings, as we like to call them with my daughter, you know, or kids or whatever. I use it now too. I'm like, I am feeling some big feelings right now. Mommy has some big feelings about all of these messes all over the house. And I'm going to go breathe for a while. So, you know, I think it really does. It works. This kind of terminology. Now, I'm looking in here more closely. I'm seeing we have a person who is playing with, it looks like a dog. And next to them, I see a beautiful tree. It's a young tree. Not very established, but it's there. And that tells me that you are setting down roots. And that's where I really think, you know, you're getting into this place where that domestic stuff is getting, the housing, the job, the, you know, relationship with family, with close friends, all of this stuff is coming together for you. Okay. So that with the dog, playing with the dog, I just feel like there's a sense of being able to let go a little bit. Okay. That playfulness, that enjoyment. Maybe you actually have a dog. Maybe you don't. Maybe this is a symbol. Often the dog is a symbol of somebody who you love, you trust, you are loyal to them, they are loyal to you. This is like an unshakable kind of relationship. That might be the case too. And maybe there is a lot of, there is a kind of devotion there and an ever stability in that relationship. So when you are in it, it is almost kind of like a place to recharge yourself, right? To really kind of mend some of those places where the hurts remain. To be with somebody who accepts you for you. You know, there aren't a lot of conditions placed on that relationship. Boundaries, yes. I'm always going to say we need to have boundaries, but, you know, this is a place where you can let go of some of this other stuff and just kind of be together. Now, we also have a little sailboat. We have, it looks like the Ouroboros here, the snake eating its own tail. Okay. So an ever cycle, right? A continuum, and, you know, with the swords, with the sailboat, it's sometimes I see the sailboat, I think, oh, this is a feeling of wanting to leave, wanting to move, wanting to, you know, energies being channeled, move through some blockages. And yeah, that might be true. But I also feel like looking at this, there's a sense of being in an ever evolving state and allowing yourself to have the openness to realize that. And there's not really this concept where it's like, I'm going to reach one state in my life. I'm going to reach this thing. I'm going to meet all the goals and have everything balanced in such a way. And there I am. I got there. I got to the peak of the mountain. I did it. I conquered. I win. End of story, right? It doesn't really work like that. You know, things are ever changing. There is the, the ever continuum. And I think that you understand that. Things are always going to be on the move. Now, going along with that, with a consciousness and an openness and the will to continue to learn and try new things, and where we fail, we take the knowledge that we get from that, we take, the scrapes and bruises we get from that, and we continue on, we keep going, right? And I think that's so much the spirit of this right here. And we also have a flower, a beautiful flower. We have, let's see. We have a little angel up here, and I was looking at that, and we have a kind of an angel looking at the moon. And I feel like, these are the long nights, this part of the year, unless you're in the southern hemisphere, which I'm sorry. I know I try to remember you all. I do, I promise. If you watch some of my readings, I always mention you. I don't just skip over. The days are probably shorter there right now. But here in the northern hemisphere, the nights are long. They are long and getting longer. So the moon is really, she is, really exerting her influence here. We also, it looks like, have a wolf right here. But we have the angel. And I do feel like as you go into these longer nights when things are a little more slow, we are prone to a little more melancholy. Sometimes get into these modes of rumination and, something like cabin fever, if you can imagine the dad from The Shining, just kind of angry and disjointed and kind of intense depersonalization that becomes kind of, looking at this, I think, you're protected. And I think that you have the knowledge of self, you have the knowledge of your circumstance, and you have the ability to try to pull yourself into a place where you get through these things. You don't succumb to them. And if they do become bigger than maybe you can deal with by yourself, I think that you also have that clarity to get the help that you need. Access your support people. Let your loved ones, your safe people know, hey, I'm starting to feel, however, I might need some help, right? Check in, or, whatever it is. And this is so important. This is a kind of self-awareness that, not a lot of people, they may have, but they don't actually enact it all the time. And, that can lead to a lot of misery. It can lead to a lot of pain. So, I think that in these longer nights, it's good. It's good that you have the awareness to be like, hey, I've been feeling pretty poorly. I've been feeling pretty blue. I've been, I need to talk to somebody. I need to go somewhere or whatever, and that's a very brave thing. It's a very brave thing. Okay. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm just saying that, you know, when I see something beneath the moon like this in these months, oh my goodness, you know, we are all susceptible, you know. This is not a thing that just happens to a couple people. You know, we all know people, we all maybe have been in positions where situations have happened in our lives, those tower moments, grief, loss, severe financial burdens, health issues, you know, whatever it is. And it's hard to know how to go forward. It's hard to know what to do at all, right? And so, you know, I'm not saying I see this, but I'm saying that this to me shows that there is an awareness there. And that you have the tools. You have the tools to really look at this if need be, okay? All right, so let's see. What do we have over here? So we do have a bird that's like kind of swimming on these emotional waters. We have somebody who's like kind of getting out of the water. A little sailboat. So I almost feel like we have something with a grandfather. And it's a grandfather who is like very loving, very considerate. I almost like imagine like they always had a treat, some kind of treat at their house or something, like a little, you know, like a little pastry or candy or something, and they were just very like kind in the way that they spoke to you. I almost feel like this person also was prone to periods of being very like depressive. And it just wasn't something that was necessarily talked about. For some reason, I keep thinking this is like by the water. There's some like water, a lake, or maybe by the ocean, living by the ocean maybe, or close to. Maybe they like to fish, or I don't know. But anyways, now if this person's still around, I feel like you're not in communication with them a lot, or maybe they're just very elderly. They don't, you know, communicate in the same way that they used to, or they're transitioned. Okay. I feel like you feel a kinship to this person, and this is somebody who is like a guide to you. I feel like you measure yourself with this person in a lot of ways, and there's just a lot of love there. And I feel like this is just something that it's like wanting to be confirmed here. Just something that comes out. Sometimes these are really specific, you know, when I'm doing I'm like, this can't relate to too many people, but I have to say it because it really, because these like sensations come up, and there's almost like the sense of, this is a weird one, but like cinnamon candy, like those hard candies or something like that. I don't know. If this relates to you, please tell me. You don't have to do it in the comments, but please email me. I'm so interested. I get so interested when I can like taste and smell and feel the vibe of somebody. But anyways, yes. So there is a love here, and you know, and there is a relation here, being looked over. you know, watching out for you, and a confirmation, you know, in that. So hopefully that speaks to somebody here. Now we're going to do this. Oops. We have these Scentsy cards, and they are affirmation cards. I picked them a lot because they were, says, I believe in myself on the edge of the box there. And I really, it's like, yes, I do. I do believe in myself. I will get these cards. All right. So it also says, I am abundance on the back, which I also love. And we're just going to flip through and stop where it feels right. I'm going to flip it over. It says, I am at peace with my past and focus on a future full of gratitude and abundance. Yeah, I feel like this is really, you know, with that Two of Swords energy, I just really feel like things are feeling like stable ground. You've made some decisions. You're feeling real certain that this is the way, that you're feeling strong. You know, when inevitably, you know, little things, little snafus come up, and you know, you're gonna do your best to get through these things without getting too upset about it, or, you know, lamenting things too much, and just staying focused on moving forward, you know, doing the dang old thing. And that's a pretty lovely feeling. So I'm going to go ahead and say thank you so much, Scorpio, for letting me do this bonus reading for you. If you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel so much. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. It is free to subscribe, and we would love to have you at this channel here. Other than that, if you want to leave a comment, please do. I'd love to hear from you. I read all of them, all of the comments, and they mean a lot to me. They really, truly do. So with that, I'll say I love you. Take care of yourself. We will talk in just a few days.